Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining me. This is Orzhel, Realty Max. So we're going to do hopefully a quick video kind of talking about the market, especially here locally. I am going to touch on the outside market as well because there have been some changes. But overall, we're going to be focusing on Santa Fe Hills and surrounding areas, period. So one of the things that have been happening for the last, let's say, 60 days or so, we've seen some of the markets actually slow down considerably. There's been new NAR rules have been implemented. I'm not sure if that has an effect on it, probably not. But what I'm seeing is a lot of sellers are either reducing their price or homes are just taking longer to sell. They usually sell under asking price for most cases. And as you know, as touted many times before, location is very local. Real estate is very local. It's always location, location, location. And then you kind of look at property condition, etc., or where it's positioned within the neighborhood to estimate its value. But there are certain areas, for example, in Escondido, certain areas in Oceanside that have been showing pullback, right? Because they have other listings in other areas, so I can see it happening. Certain markets in less desirable areas, I should say, compared to Santa Fe Hills, have been doing some pullback, meaning that less showings, price reduction, that kind of thing. Some sellers have chosen to take properties off the market altogether because, like I said, they really did not need to move. They were kind of testing the market. And here again, we've had the situation probably a year and a half ago or so where sellers were putting homes in the market trying to get a certain number. And if they didn't, they would just kind of hold on to the property. We're starting to run this. I'm not sure if looking at Escondido or Oceanside, it can be an omen for what's to come, but a lot of times less desirable areas start to show weakness first before more desirable areas, and those areas are impacted before areas like, let's say, Santa Fe Hills or San Marcos altogether. Okay, so my newsletter is out today. Let me see if I can bring both of us in here. A newsletter is out. You guys should be getting it pretty soon. By the way, if you don't want to receive it by the door, you rather have it by email, let me know. Sometimes I get calls on, don't deliver to me. I have 3,000 doors to deliver. It is such an issue. Like I said, let me know. I'll do what I can. But like I said, the guy doesn't really have time to look at addresses and see who's going to be delivered to or not. If you don't like if you don't like getting this on your doorsteps, I don't know what I can tell you. One of the things you can do obviously is pick it up and throw it away. If it's a big deal, please don't write me an email. I've had some really stupid emails, stupid people threatening me. Are you serious? Over a newsletter? Really, get a freaking life, okay? Get a life. It's a newsletter. There's information there. Yes, obviously, I'm a real estate agent, so I am at some point, if you like what you have and you see that I have expertise, I'd like to at least have an opportunity at business because I think I'm the best at what I do. As far as getting you the absolute highest price and do it in the most efficient way. But please, if you know somebody like that, tell them to just cool off and, have a cold drink or something like that. I'm not sure how miserable people's lives are to really call me or, with attitude. If you're going to call me with attitude and give me attitude or email with attitude, I'm going to blow you off. If you're nice about it, I'll do what I can. But if you're coming off with attitude, nothing's going to get done, all right? So if you don't like the newsletter, trash it, use it for your birdcage. I could care less. Okay, anyway, get back to the thing. So the market is starting to change in some areas. There's been some listings in Santa Fe Hills that we're going to touch on, look at, that have taken homes off the market. Like I said, they tested the market. I knew it wasn't going to sell. I think I made a comment about it, and it's withdrawn, which is not meaning off the market. Now, do I know what's going to happen in the market in the future? I have no idea. Now, I know everybody's waiting for rates to come down. Rates have come down. They're about low sixes, mid sixes right now. By the way, if you need to refinance, you want to get a mortgage for something, feel free to reach out to me. I'm a mortgage originator. I can help you with that, at least give you many options. But even though the rates have come down, the price have come up a lot. So a lot of people, the buyer pool has shrunk considerably. Now there's still people looking. San Marcos is a fantastic area. It's expanding. We have the hospital just went in, Kaiser Hospital. We have Cal State San Marcos just booming, expanding. So I think you're going to have a lot more people coming to San Marcos, as it usually is the case. Well, a lot of cities that are around the university. So I think we're going to see more of it. So So basically, like I said, what I want to talk to you about rates, right? I don't think the rates are going to go lower than 5%. I put this in my newsletter. And the reason for that, the Fed still needs to control inflation. If rates go down way below 5, I think it's going to spur another maybe housing market blow up, and that's the last thing they want to do. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they hold the rates above 5% for at least 2-3 years. That's what I'm saying. I guess you can go back at some point to this video and see it, but really this is my take on it. And again, I'm going to speak to the people who need to move. If you need to move, if you need to downsize, if you need a bigger home, if you're waiting for rates to drop, you're kind of making a wrong decision, because remember, if rates drop, buyer pool increases. There's going to be more demand for the same property you're looking for, right? Now, if you can buy the new property without needing to sell this one, right, to get money out of this, this is not for you. But if you will need to sell your current property to buy another one, right, you need the money for the down payment to lower your payment. Listen to me very careful, because what happens when rates come down, what ultimately is going to happen is you're going to have more bidding wars coming up. So whatever you're trying to buy on the next leg, right, the home you're trying to buy, if it has 5, 6 offers, 7 offers on the table, and you as a buyer are coming in contingent upon your property selling, so your offer is contingent and other offers are not, there's a 99.999% chance that the seller will not pick your offer. It doesn't make sense. The seller doesn't want to have a lot of uncertainty, right? They want to get the home sold. They made a decision. So there's no point. So if you are going to sell, you're probably in a better position now to do it now when the buyer pool is somewhat smaller and you have a little bit less competition. Like I said, if you're looking to do this, there's ways to do this. I have various strategies and techniques that can help you. If you want to move, you need to sell, move out of state, sell, buy another property, feel free to reach out to me and I'll do my best to help you. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about now. Just kind of looking at this so we're looking at the same time. I think that's more or less what I had to cover here. And what I want to do really is I kind of want to look at Santa Fe Hills at all, so you can see what's been selling, what's not selling. Currently, right now, we only have one home on the market, right? We had a couple of houses that expired. There's one that had been pulled off the market, right? As you can see, this one, 732 Via Barquero. It wasn't a market. Let me move myself here so you can see better. It wasn't a market a long time ago. The price is way over the top. This is not the best way to sell properties, right? Just not the best way. But now, like I said, they started at 1,390,000. They end up going to 1.3, probably where they should have started in the first place. Like I said, time in the market is essential. And let me just say this again. Let me bring myself back in here. Okay, days in the market are detrimental to your perceptive value. The first question that buyers always ask is always going to be the same. How long has this home been in the market? I mean, most people understand why buyers ask that, right? They want to know why it's been in the market for a long time if it has. Why has no one made an offer? If it's been in the market for a long time, anything over 3 weeks is kind of a long time in today's market. If it's been in the market for a long time, they want to know what's wrong with it, right? They don't want to be the foolish people who buy a property or overpay for the property. So this is why it's essential. And that's why when I list and sell homes, I always want to get it right where I need to make sure we can generate as many multiple offers as possible. That is the reason that I have my N72 process where we actually get the home sold over the weekend, right? Limited showings, everything done on Monday. We want to have all the buyers packed in. We want to increase desirability for your home. We want to increase, demand, because everybody wants what everybody can't have. And ultimately, you understand when there's multiple offers on the table, right, from the buyers, you know who wins, right? Buyers don't win, you win. So this is ultimately what I try to design and do for majority of my clients. So let's go back to here. Again, wrong one. So again, Via Barquero, that has, I guess, a soft 1036 Tesoro. I'm not sure why they raised the price. They went from 1,250,000 to 1,220,000, and they put it back in the market at 1,220,000 again. And now they dropped to 1,150,000. This is like death by 1,000 cuts. It doesn't make any sense. Perception of the property has dropped down, right? And a lot of times, like I said, people use people they know. Maybe someone recommended them. This is your property. This is a business decision you're making. This is your equity. You want to make sure you can maximize that by getting the right person, right? Like I said, I'm here if you want it. If you don't want it, that's fine. It's your money. You can do whatever you want with it. But let's talk about what's actually in pending. Avenida Leon, 709. This is not my listing, but like I said, it was in the market for only 11 days. It was priced at $1,280,000. I'm not sure what it's going to close at. Stay tuned for the next video, and you'll find out from me what it's going to close at. Corte Raquel. Now, this home is also pending. This home was actually sold about 6 months ago. I'm not sure exactly what's happening there, but it was on the market for $1,399,000, 1.4 essentially. It was in the market for 11 days as well. So you can see 11 days seems to be the key. Another one, 1295 Avenida Amistad, has been in the market for 32 days. They stayed in the $1,050,000. I'm pretty sure the thing, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the thing has given away some money. We'll find out soon. 1277 Avenida Fregata, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,100 square feet. It was in the market $1,075,000. It was off the market in 21 days. We'll see what that sold at. Cortelira, also on the market for 7 days, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, older home, 1992 build. I'm sorry, it's a 1992, yes, build, 1932 square feet. It was in the market for $1,049,000. Very clean house, so it's a nice house. Let's look at what's sold. Let's start from most recent now. 830, 538 Avenida Blanco. This is one of our listings, and that's a small house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 1390 square feet. We were able to put a deal together. This property had some issues. It was there's a lot of stuff in there, let's put it this way. It was not ready for the market, and the seller kind of had someone they wanted to sell it to, so we were able to put this together. 830. I think that was a pretty good deal. No concessions, and I think actually the buyer paid their own agent on this one, so the seller made out really well, all things considered. One before that is 826 that closed. This was Via Contessa, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,159,000. It looks like it sold for 1,175,000. It was 41 days in the market, but I believe it was in escrow. It came out of escrow. This has a pool, very nice home. So like I said, there is some anomalies a lot of times, but those are exceptions. I try not to focus on exception. I always try to focus on what is very common, okay? But like I said, that pool had some what I call eye candy that, will allow people to pay a little more. What else sold? Let's say looks like Calle Emperado closed. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, smaller home, 1,050 square feet. Asking price $759,000. Looks like they got $750,000 on it. 3 days in the market, $724,000. So also, like I said, so as you can see between this one, the one we closed, and this one, $759,000, considerably almost $100K more that we got for this one. So I think we did very well for the seller. Last one, Avenida Amistad. It was a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, asking 2,100 square feet. Asking price was $1,099,000, and they sold it for $1,152,000. Now this home was very nicely detailed. So the seller really did a good job interiorly as far as being very desirable. So like I said, as you can see, 5 days in the market, closed $726,000. So the market's still moving, but buyers, again, let me just stress this. Buyers again are much more sensitive to how much money they have to lay out. So if the property is not ready to go and they need to put money into it, they don't want to put money into it. There's not a lot of leftover income for them or money for them to actually do something. So it has to be a deal for them when they buy it in order for them to be able to put money into it. But again, overall, the market's holding, has slowed down this year. I don't think it has anything to do with the seasons. Some people say it may have something to do with the presidential elections. Maybe yes, maybe not. I think if people need to move, they need to move. If people need to buy, they're still going to buy. So it's a matter of, we have a smaller pool on both sides, smaller pool of sellers. smaller pool of buyers. So ultimately, I think things even out. Anyway, I hope information I've given you has been helpful to you. And if you need help, feel free to connect with me. I think I forgot to do this thing here, just in case you don't know who I am. I'm sure you do. But anyway, here you go. Feel free to contact me. I'm pretty easy to reach. If you are looking to sell and you're going to be doing it in the next 3 months, you probably want to get in touch with me now so we can talk strategy. We can talk about what you need to do. Like I said, I can have a stager come in, kind of give you tips on what you need to do, what you not need to do. I like to sell homes that have an inspection already, because remember, anytime you sell a house, you have two negotiation. Negotiation number one is when you sell the house, and then negotiation two occurs after the inspection. And I really don't want to negotiate it twice. It's not in your benefit to negotiate it twice. So you really want to get everything out of the way before you go on the market. So like I said, if you're about 2-3 months, away from having to put your home on the market, feel free to reach out to me. If I've been helpful, feel free to share this video with people you care for and love. That's all I have to say for this month. Have a wonderful rest of September, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.